The five whys technique is a straightforward yet powerful method for identifying the root cause of a problem. Originally developed by Taiichi Ohno of Toyota, this approach has become a cornerstone of Lean Six Sigma and is now widely used across industries to promote strategic problem solving. At its core, the five whys involves repeatedly asking why to peel back the layers of a problem, moving past symptoms to uncover the underlying cause. This technique not only helps solve immediate issues, but also prevents them from recurring by addressing their root. When combined with AI tools like ChatGPT, the five whys becomes even more effective. ChatGPT can assist by analyzing large amounts of data, identifying patterns, and offering insights to refine the questioning process. This integration enables teams to explore complex problems more systematically and generate targeted solutions. On screen is a copy of the AI-powered Strategic Thinker, 3 Kindle edition, so we can copy the prompt into ChatGPT. On the right is AI-powered Strategic Thinker, GPT, which is optimized for this tool and others in the book. You will want to start with the first prompt and provide context for your organization in the brackets. It may also be beneficial to upload documents related to your work. Prompt: act as the staff to your organization name. Your job is to synthesize the following context to assist in performing the five whys. Context is in brackets. If you understand your task, your only response is 3 dots. For this purpose, I prepared a prompt that will make up an organization put search the web for a real world problem we can look at in this example. The prompt states, I need a hypothetical company from the aerospace industry. Search the web and find a real world problem the industry has not been able to solve and would benefit from performing the five whys.
Hypothetical company, Aerotech Innovations Inc. Industry challenge, persistent supply chain disruptions leading to manufacturing delays. Application of the 5 WHYs analysis. Why are there manufacturing delays? Due to supply chain disruptions. Why are there supply chain disruptions? Because of material shortages and shipping delays. Why are there material shortages and shipping delays? Suppliers are facing workforce retention issues and high turnover rates. Why are suppliers experiencing workforce retention issues and high turnover? The aerospace industry is encountering a significant skills gap, with an aging workforce and challenges in attracting new talent. Why is there a skills gap and difficulty in attracting new talent? The industry has not effectively implemented training programs or created an innovative and progressive working environment to appeal to the next generation. JS3global.com. Conclusion. The root cause of the manufacturing delays is the aerospace industry's failure to address the skills gap and workforce retention issues. By developing effective training programs and fostering an innovative work environment, companies like Aerotech Innovations Inc. sources.
The next prompt is identify the problem or issue that needs to be explored.
The problem that needs to be explored is persistent supply chain disruptions in the aerospace industry. These disruptions are leading to significant manufacturing delays and are exacerbated by material shortages caused by unreliable supplier performance, shipping delays due to logistical inefficiencies, a skills gap in the workforce, affecting suppliers' operational capacities. The core issue stems from a failure to address the industry skills gap and workforce retention challenges, which cascade through the supply chain, causing delays and inefficiencies. Exploring this issue can provide actionable insights for mitigating the root causes.
List a group of 20 experts, then have them form a small group or pair up with a partner.
Group of 20 experts. Here is a diverse group of professionals from various disciplines relevant to addressing the aerospace industry's supply chain and workforce challenges. Experts in aerospace supply chain strategist, logistics manager, procurement specialist, experts in workforce development and training, human resources specialist in aerospace, workforce development consultant, training program designer, university professor in aerospace engineering, experts in technology and automation, robotics and automation engineer, AI specialist in predictive analytics, industry 4 consultant, experts in aerospace manufacturing, manufacturing operations manager, lean manufacturing expert, material scientist, experts in policy and regulation, aerospace policy analyst, regulatory compliance officer, experts in innovation and strategy, chief innovation officer aerospace industry, strategic planner, design thinking facilitator, experts in finance and risk management, aerospace financial analyst, risk management consultant, small groups and pairs. The group can be divided into small teams or pairs for focused discussions. Group 1, supply chain resilience, supply chain strategist, logistics manager, procurement specialist. Group 2, workforce development and training, human resources specialist in aerospace, workforce development consultant, training program designer, university professor in aerospace engineering. Group 3, technology and automation, robotics and automation engineer, AI specialist in predictive analytics, industry 4 consultant. Group 4, aerospace manufacturing optimization, manufacturing operations manager, lean manufacturing expert, material scientist. Group 5, policy, innovation, and strategy, aerospace policy analyst, regulatory compliance officer, chief innovation officer aerospace industry, strategic planner, design thinking facilitator, pair for finance and risk management, aerospace financial analyst, risk management consultant. These groups will allow experts to focus on specific facets of the problem, facilitating actionable solutions through collaboration.
List each person's thoughts on the issue and allow them to speak without interruption.
Group 1. Supply chain resilience. 1. The aerospace industry relies heavily on single-source suppliers, which creates vulnerabilities when those suppliers face challenges. Diversifying suppliers and investing in predictive analytics could help mitigate these risks. 2. Logistics manager. Transportation inefficiencies and delays are compounding the problem. Many suppliers are geographically dispersed, making the industry overly dependent on global shipping networks that are prone to disruptions. 3. There's too much focus on cost-cutting rather than value-based partnerships with suppliers that prioritize reliability and innovation. Group 2. Workforce development and training. 4. Human resources specialist in aerospace. Retaining talent is a growing challenge. Employees are leaving due to lack of career advancement opportunities and dissatisfaction with traditional workplace cultures in the industry. 5. Workforce development consultant. The skills gap is a critical issue. We're not investing enough in vocational training and partnerships with technical schools to prepare the workforce for aerospace-specific needs. 6. Training program D. We need to integrate modern technologies, such as AR/VR simulations, into workforce training to make it engaging and effective. 7. University professor in aerospace engineering. Students are hesitant to enter aerospace because it's perceived as stagnant compared to industries like software development. We need to overhaul the way aerospace careers are marketed to attract top talent. Group 3. Technology and automation. 8. Robotics and automation engineer. Automation could resolve some of these issues, especially in manufacturing. Automated systems can reduce dependency on a skilled workforce for repetitive tasks. 9-10 G Group 4 Aerospace Manufacturing Optimization. 11. The current just-in-time model doesn't work when there are material shortages or shipping delays. 12. Implementing lean principles could help reduce delays and improve efficiency. 13. Material scientist. Material shortages are a symptom of a larger issue. We need to explore alternative materials and sustainable sourcing to mitigate dependency on limited resources. Group 5. Policy, innovation, and strategy. 14. 15. A balance must be struck between meeting regulatory standards and encouraging technological advancements. 16. The industry needs to adopt a fail-fast approach to drive breakthroughs in supply chain and workforce development. 17. Strategic planner. There's no cohesive strategy across the supply chain. Companies need to align on shared goals and develop long-term plans for resilience. 18. For instance, how can we make the supply chain and workforce more user-friendly and adaptable for all stakeholders? Pair for finance and risk management. 19. More investment is needed in areas like automation and workforce development to ensure long-term sustainability. 20. Risk management consultant. Companies must build robust risk management frameworks that account for supply chain disruptions and workforce turnover as inevitable challenges. This unfiltered input reveals critical insights from diverse perspectives, setting the stage for collaborative problem solving.
Once the speaker is done, ask why at least 5 times to explore the cause and effect relationships underlying the problem. List all 5 responses.
Let's choose one speaker from each group to apply the 5 whys method. Group 1, supply chain strategist. Initial statement: the supply chain disruptions are rooted in a lack of agility and redundancy. Why is there a lack of agility and redundancy? Because the aerospace industry depends on single-source suppliers for specialized components. Why does the industry depend on single-source suppliers? Because these suppliers offer cost advantages, and there's limited competition for highly specialized materials. Why is there limited competition for specialized materials? Because manufacturing these materials requires significant capital investment, which discourages new entrants. Why does it require significant capital investment? Because the technology and expertise needed to produce aerospace-grade materials are highly complex and expensive. Why hasn't the industry mitigated this dependency? Because short-term cost savings are prioritized over long-term resilience and diversification strategies. Group 2, human resources specialist in aerospace. Initial statement: retaining talent is a growing challenge. Why is retaining talent a challenge? Because employees feel there are limited opportunities for career growth and development. Why do employees perceive limited opportunities for growth? Because many companies don't invest in robust training or mentorship programs. Why don't companies invest in training or mentorship programs? Because they view these programs as costly and not directly contributing to immediate productivity. Why do companies focus only on immediate productivity? Because the industry is under constant pressure to meet tight production deadlines and cut costs. Why are production deadlines and cost-cutting prioritized? Because the competitive market demands quicker turnaround times to meet customer expectations. Group 3, robotics and automation engineer. Initial statement: automation could resolve some of these issues, especially in manufacturing. Why could automation resolve these issues? Because it reduces dependency on a skilled workforce for repetitive tasks. Why is reducing dependency on a skilled workforce important? Because there's a shortage of skilled labor in the aerospace industry. Why is there a shortage of skilled labor? Because the aging workforce is retiring, and there's a lack of younger talent entering the field. Why aren't younger professionals entering the field? Because the aerospace industry isn't seen as innovative or appealing compared to tech-focused industries. Why isn't the industry perceived as appealing? Because it hasn't prioritized modern branding or leveraged cutting-edge technologies in its public image. Group 4, material scientist. Initial statement: material shortages are a symptom of a larger issue. Why are material shortages occurring? Because the supply chain for raw materials is fragmented and unreliable. Why is the supply chain fragmented? Because suppliers are not incentivized to collaborate or share information. Why aren't suppliers incentivized to collaborate? Because aerospace companies have historically focused on transactional relationships rather than strategic partnerships. Why do companies focus on transactional relationships? Because they aim to minimize costs in the short term. Why is short-term cost minimization prioritized? Because of intense market competition and pressure from stakeholders to deliver immediate results. G Group 5 Chief Innovation Officer. Initial statement: innovation is stifled by risk-averse cultures. Why is the culture risk-averse? Because the aerospace industry operates in a high-stakes environment where failure can be catastrophic. Why is failure seen as catastrophic? Because the stakes involve safety, regulatory compliance, and multi-million-dollar investments. Why can't companies manage risk while fostering innovation? Because there's a lack of frameworks for balancing risk and experimentation. Why don't these frameworks exist? Because traditional leadership in the industry hasn't embraced agile or innovative management practices. Why hasn't leadership embraced these practices? Because there's a preference for conventional approaches that have historically been effective, despite changing industry dynamics. These 5 why analyses reveal deeper systemic issues, such as short-term thinking, risk aversion, and poor strategic alignment, which contribute to the identified problems.
What are the underlying cause from each individual after asking why 5 times?
Underlying causes from each individual. Group 1, supply chain strategist. Root cause: the aerospace industry's focus on short-term cost savings over long-term resilience and diversification strategies has created a dependency on single-source suppliers, leaving the supply chain vulnerable to disruptions. Group 2. Human resources specialist in aerospace. Root cause: the industry's overemphasis on immediate productivity and cost-cutting leads to underinvestment in employee development programs, causing dissatisfaction and talent retention challenges. Group 3. Robotics and automation engineer. Root cause: the perception of the aerospace industry as outdated and less innovative compared to tech-focused industries deters younger professionals from entering the field, exacerbating the skilled labor shortage. Group 4. Material scientist. Root cause: the aerospace industry's preference for transactional supplier relationships over strategic partnerships has resulted in a fragmented and unreliable raw material supply chain. Group 5. Chief innovation officer. Root cause: a deeply ingrained risk-averse culture and reliance on traditional management approaches prevent the adoption of innovative frameworks, which are necessary to balance risk and foster innovation in a high-stakes environment. Summary of underlying causes. Short-term cost focus undermines resilience. Supply chain strategist. Overemphasis on immediate productivity stifles workforce development. HR specialist. Outdated industry image deters young talent. Automation engineer. Transactional supplier relationships weaken the supply chain. Material scientist. Risk-averse culture blocks innovation. Chief innovation officer. These underlying causes are interlinked, pointing to a need for systemic changes in strategy, culture, and investment priorities across the aerospace industry.
Finally, what are the underlying causes from each individual after asking why 5 times?
Analysis of answers. The underlying causes reveal systemic issues in the aerospace industry that have broad implications for its sustainability, competitiveness, and ability to innovate. Below is a breakdown of the findings and their implications. 1. Implications. Vulnerability to supply chain disruptions increases the risk of delayed production, financial losses, and reputational damage. Dependency on single-source suppliers makes recovery from disruptions slower and costlier. Stakeholders who need to know. C-suite executives, CEOs, CFOs, to shift organizational priorities toward resilience over cost-cutting. Procurement teams, to rethink supplier strategies and seek diversified, value-based partnerships. 2. Implications. High employee turnover and talent shortages exacerbate inefficiencies and increase recruitment costs. A poorly trained workforce limits operational capabilities and innovation potential. Stakeholders who need to know. Human resources departments, to advocate for robust training, mentorship, and career development programs. Industry associations, to push for collective initiatives in upscaling the workforce. 3. Implications. The aging workforce and lack of young professionals threaten the industry's long-term viability. An inability to attract talent to key roles in design, engineering, and manufacturing slows innovation. Stakeholders who need to know. Marketing and branding teams, to rebrand the aerospace industry as modern, dynamic, and innovative. Educational institutions, to align curricula with aerospace needs and inspire student interest. 4. Implications. A lack of strategic partnerships reduces collaboration and transparency, leading to inefficiencies. Fragmented supply chains make it harder to respond to disruptions and anticipate challenges. Stakeholders who need to know. Supply chain managers, to encourage long-term partnerships with suppliers. Suppliers, to understand the mutual benefits of closer collaboration. 5. Implications. Resistance to agile methods and experimentation limits the adoption of emerging technologies. The inability to innovate hampers competitiveness and responsiveness to industry changes. Stakeholders who need to know. Leadership teams, to foster a culture of innovation by embracing agile and fail-fast approaches. Innovation hubs and R&D departments, to develop frameworks that balance risk with experimentation. Overall implications. These findings suggest a need for industry-wide transformation in several areas. Strategic thinking, shift from short-term cost optimization to long-term sustainability and innovation. Cultural change, cultivate a risk-tolerant and innovation-focused environment. Workforce development, invest in the next generation of talent through modern training and branding. Collaboration, strengthen supplier relationships and industry-wide partnerships. Additional stakeholders to inform. Regulatory bodies, to understand how rigid regulations might hinder innovation and supply chain flexibility. Investors, to highlight the importance of investing in resilience and innovation for long-term returns. Customers, e.g. airlines, defense departments, to align on the need for reliable and sustainable aerospace solutions. Technology providers, to encourage the development of automation and predictive analytics tailored to aerospace challenges. Call to action. The aerospace industry must take a coordinated approach to address systemic inefficiencies, rethink talent strategies, rebrand itself to remain competitive and future-ready.
And that's the 5 whys technique, an essential tool for uncovering the root causes of problems and driving effective solutions. By asking why repeatedly, you can move beyond surface-level symptoms and tackle the real issues at their core. When paired with ChatGPT, this method becomes even more powerful. AI can help analyze patterns, provide new perspectives, and ensure a more structured approach to problem solving. Together, the 5 whys and ChatGPT offer a dynamic way to address challenges across industries. For more insights and tools like this, check out the AI-powered Strategic Thinker 3.